What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we're going to be looking at what's in my camera bag. Now this has been a question that I've been asked on multiple occasions. Usually down in the comments below you guys are wondering what I'm filming with, so I wanted to make a quick video and just show you guys what I'm currently using right now. And as a disclaimer for anybody that's looking to make YouTube videos, don't feel pressured to have to go and spend tons of money on camera equipment. Now, we're so gracious to live in a day and age where we can use any sort of camera equipment equipped on our phone. I mean, it's amazing what these little things can do nowadays. I mean, imagine if we were living back in the 80s where we had to carry around a full-size camcorder if we wanted to do our video vlogs. I mean, it's so cool that there's equipment readily available that you can use that's in your pocket. If you just are looking to start a YouTube channel or just like get more into videography as a whole, see what you can do with an iPhone, and you'd be pretty surprised the potential even with just something as small as your smartphone. I'm past the days of using webcams in my iPhone, so I got a little bit better of a setup, and what I'll do is I will make sure to link everything down below. And two reasons too, before we get started, for having a minimalist setup. So the first thing is going to be mobility. Now when you have a minimalist setup, it's easy for you to be on the go. You can be going doing stuff and just have your camera equipment with you, and it's not holding you back. You know, if you're carrying around like a giant tripod, for example, that's going to be a burden if you're having to carry that for long distances. So another reason that you want to have a minimalist setup is because of costs. A big thing when you start to figure out what essentials you actually need is that you can cut down on costs. You want to make sure that you're getting things in a bang for your buck sort of aspect. Now, I'm not saying that this setup is going to be perfect for everyone, but for me personally, this works great. And if you're new to my channel, I actually make car videos. So I'm usually either in a car, on the road, or in the shop. So everything that I do is kind of catered towards that, and I'll go into a little more detail about that when I'm showcasing what products I'm currently using right now to create the content that I do. So let's just get into it. Alright, first thing we got up is the Canon 80D. Now this is a awesome camera if you're going to be doing any sort of YouTube videos. This is such a versatile camera, and it's so rich with features, and it has a 45-point all-cross autofocus system. And if you're making any sort of videos, the autofocus is just amazing on this camera. I think that's the biggest selling point for me on this. They go for around $1,000, but I bet you can find some used ones on eBay in good working condition for less. The fold-out screen really helps if you ever need to go in selfie mode for doing some sort of vlogging. The built-in Wi-Fi makes for easy uploads, and for me personally, I use it a lot in the fold-out screen when I'm shooting cars because I want to have a low profile shot, so it helps me a lot with just being able to see what I'm doing. And up next we got the Rode Video Mic Pro Plus, and this is the newest addition to the Rode Video Mic Pro line. And if you know anything about these microphones, this is a true shotgun microphone designed for use with camcorders, DSLR cameras, and audio recorders. Some features include a 2-stage high-pass filter, 3-stage gain control, and a high-frequency boost that will boost high frequencies, enhancing detail and clarity in your recordings. Overall, a really solid microphone. But up next is we have a Canon 40mm lens, and I love using this thing for photography. And it is actually called the pancake lens, or it's the common term that you'll hear from photographers using this due to its shape. And what's so nice about this is it's super light and versatile, so if I'm ever going to go shoot photography for a day, this is definitely the lens that I'm going to be taking with me. Something that is not essential if you're not going to be into photography, but I'd recommend if you ever do. And up next is we have the aperture. This is like an LED light. What's really cool about this is you can attach it to the top of the camera, so while you're filming stuff you can have this on and it will really bring out anything that's being in the picture. So if it's on your face is going to be lit up so you can actually see what's going on. And working in a shop, this helps me out tremendously so I can see what I'm actually doing in the dark and be able to film and show you guys exactly what's going on. You'll see a lot of people with setups where it involves them having to set up a lamp or have to carry around tons of equipment, but with this, it could fit in your back pocket. It's so tiny and it's so versatile that you'd be using this a lot more often than you would think. There have been moments where I've actually put this on top of either a GorillaPod or a tripod, and then I use this as like a secondary light if I'm in a low lighting situation again. And you can change the settings to crank it up or tone it down, and those little paper filters that you saw earlier will help with changing the color of the light that's being projected. And another quintessential thing that you're going to be needing is a card reader. Now this is actually by Insignia, and you might be wondering why I'm actually bringing this up, but trust me, you're going to be using this a lot more than you would think, and you need something with fast upload speeds if you're going to be doing YouTube videos. Now I made the mistake of using an old card reader, and that thing was super slow, so it would take me forever to upload something. Now up next we have the Rode Link Filmmaker Kit. This is something if you want to use a lapel mic. So currently you can attach this to the top of the camera, and it'll basically use itself as a remote, so it'll pick up the other device over there that you're actually going to be wearing. So the other portion of the Filmmaker Kit is the part that's going to be either on your belt or somewhere in your pocket, and then you attach the lapel mic to somewhere on your body, and then it'll pick up the audio. Now this thing is super nice to have if you're in a situation where it's just going to be you talking to the camera and you can't be standing too close to the camera itself. Usually I'm using the shotgun microphone, but this helps a lot with just like farther shots, and I want to be able to pick up some really nice audio. And as you can see in the bag, it comes with a couple options, even including a wind cat. So this is kind of like a wind deflector that you could put on the top portion of the mic. It's super tiny, so you just got to be careful not to lose this. There's been multiple occasions where I've almost lost it, and I would just be spending hours looking for it. I would say if you're trying to go super minimalist, you wouldn't need this accessory, but I do highly recommend it if you're looking to really expand your audio. And what we got here is the Joby, and apologies if I'm mispronouncing that, the Joby Grip Tight 1 mount. This is going to be great if you want to go super minimalist and not even bring a DSLR camera, but you still want to use some sort of tripod or GorillaPod when shooting with your phone. And here's what it looks like next to my iPhone 7. It's pretty small in size. I wouldn't say that it would be pretty comfortable to have in your pocket. So this is going to be something that you'll have to have either in a small bag or just carry it on its own. But super nice to have if you're just looking to get a more stable shot, because I feel like with the GorillaPod you'd be able to get a much more stable shot versus just holding the phone itself. And once you make all the right adjustments and lock it in, it's not going to be going anywhere. You don't have to worry about this falling off of any sort of tripod or wherever you're going to be setting it up to. It's got tons of versatility in the way you can adjust it. It can rotate, and overall works very well for what it is. And up next we got the GorillaPod 3K stand. And what's great about this is it's a lightweight professional tripod for DSLR mirrorless cameras. So you're gonna have tons of versatility with this. The flexible legs secure mirrorless cameras virtually anywhere. You can wrap this around a handrail, you could put this on the ground, you could stand it up. It's awesome. Once you have one of these, it's hard to go back to a regular tripod just due to the fact that it's so small. I really dislike carrying around a large tripod, so this was a huge win for me. And last but not least, we have my laptop. So what I currently have is a 2017 MacBook Pro, the 15-inch with the touch bar. It's got a beautiful Retina display, but the thing that I like the most about Macs, especially when you're doing any sort of creative content, is you're able to run all these huge programs and they all work seamlessly. Alright guys, and that was a quick look into my camera setup. So thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.